Hi everyone and welcome to my kingdom. In today's video we're going to be setting up this tank right here. If you didn't watch one of the latest videos, it's one of the tanks that I got from Home Goods. It is exactly 1.5 gallons, so we're going to be turning it into a Blackwater tank. If you don't know what a Blackwater tank is, it's basically a fish tank with botanicals, which include leaves and different kinds of natural elements. You add them into the tank and the tannins seep out from them and turn the water a darkish brown or just a tint of brown. So the tannins from all these botanicals is actually beneficial, especially if you're keeping species that come from Blackwater naturally or just prefer a more acidic environment. So pretty much I just have to get it kind of scaped up, get the botanicals ready, and I'll also need to put an air line in there to get the water moving so we can get a cycle started. Before we get started on that, I'm going to show you guys a few things that I have with me that I just got. Hygger sent me a few things to use on my tanks. I have one of their eco air pumps as well as the mini quartz heaters, which I'm going to use on these tanks right here. So most of my tanks on these tables are ran by sponge filters, which need an air pump. The one I have right now is the Aquarium one, so I'll get this one in today and then the heater used when I set up that tank. Hygger also has a website where you can check out their stuff. They also gave me a discount code for you guys. I will leave that in the description, and if you guys see anything that you want to try out, please use the discount code so you guys can save yourself some money. I don't make anything off of the discount code, so it's strictly for you guys. And lastly, here are all the botanicals that I got for the tank. This is a very large amount. Generally, you only want to use a few pieces just to let the environment adjust. Since I'm starting it off with no livestock or anything, I'm going to go ahead and boil it to get the tannins out and then add it directly into the tank. So I got 6 different packs of botanicals from Lucky Aquatics. Including shipping, I only paid around 40 bucks, and I also got a plant with that too. And for the amount of stuff I got and how long it's gonna last, it was an extremely good deal. I'm by no means an expert on my botanicals or Blackwater tanks. This is gonna be my first one. So I'm gonna show you guys what I got and read it off the list. So the first one is on the website. It'll describe exactly what's in the bag because this one's just labeled as the botanicals package. And it comes with a little medley of different things, just in case you'd rather get a larger bag instead of choosing your own. There's that one. And then I think these are banana stems. They have a cool little look to them. I got 2 different types of cones. I'm not sure which one's which. So there's Casuarina cones and birch cones. But they look like this. And I got the medley pack because they also had alder cones in there, which are the ones that I know of. So I just wanted something familiar. These are called shrimp churros. Not exactly sure what botanical they are, but they look super cute and you get a very good amount. And then the last one are the Kilmayera pods. It only comes in 2, but they are very unique looking, so I just wanted to add that, just get some texture in there. So with Blackwater, not everyone puts plants in there just because sometimes you don't really see it. For me personally, I like to put plants in everything just because it kind of completes the ecosystem and it reduces a lot of excess elements like nitrates and all that. I had a poll on Instagram if I should go with sand or aqua soil, and it was literally 50-50. But since I'm calling this the Blackwater bourbon bottle, I'm gonna go with aqua soil just to keep the dark look. And it is gonna be the fluval biostratum that I just got. So I will get the aqua soil in, then I'm gonna have to rig up airline, and then we will boil some botanicals. So I went ahead and switched out the air pump for the other tanks, and so far it's pretty cool because not only is it a very good airflow, it's adjustable. So when I start recording and I don't want the sound on, I can just turn it down instead of unplugging the whole unit. And if I'm gonna add more tanks and need more air pressure, I can just turn it all the way up. So here's the soil I'm using. I'm just gonna get around 2 inches in there. So that's the amount of aqua soil I'm gonna go with. In terms of hardscape, I'm gonna use just black lava rock. I'm really limited in what I can use just because I can't fit much through the top to get into the tank. So I was able to rig up a small sponge filter. Here's the tubing. This is just a detached top from the normal sponge filter they use. The small atomizer, and this is a cylinder sponge. It's the one that you put over some hang on back filters just so nothing gets sucked up. So I attached it to here, and then I just put that over, and the air line is gonna go in. So just like that, I have I'll get that attached, but it's a mini sponge filter. So in terms of plants, I have a few pots that I've been keeping. I think I'm gonna try the Echinodorus Vesuvius, which is like a spiral shaped sword, and perhaps some micro swords. I'm not sure on that yet, but I'll show you guys me getting the sponge in place and just the lava rock in it. So just a quick update, I was able to get the sponge in and in place with the suction cup, and now I'm just adding more rock around it to kind of hide it a little bit. So from the looks of it, I don't think you guys can see very well, but I got the lava rock in and the sponge filter. Now I'm just going to fill it with some water so I can attempt to get the plants in there, and then after I do that, we're going to go get the Blackwater ready. Okay, so now I'm getting the air line hooked up to the air pump. This is the new air pump. I have this one available. And if you're wondering why this leads to nowhere, I just like to leave an air line on the unused valve just because it reduces noise. So I'm just gonna add this on so we can see what it's like. Turn it up a little bit, and the filter is going. So now that we know it works, so you don't want just airline directly connected. You do want a check valve, which is one of these, just in case your electricity fails. It's not gonna backtrack into the electrical. So here's what it looks like. I have my check valve here, and then I attach it to a gang valve where I can individually control the pressure and add another tank as well. So we're about halfway done. I got the stems in. I am definitely not going to put any more. This is the hardest tank that I've ever tried to plant just because of the opening. You might be able to get away with it if you raise the substrate level or just have longer tongs. The 24-inch might help. I think I only have 12-inch ones. So I left the water level a little lower so I can add the tin in water, and we're going to go to the kitchen to do that now. So we are on the kitchen. I brought some RODI water. Not sure if that makes a difference, but I just didn't want the calcium like collecting on the sides. So I'm just gonna add that to the pan first. Pot pan thing. So when you boil botanicals, it releases the tannins and it also skips the phase of like fungus growing on everything. I don't know if you've had driftwood in your aquarium, but it grows this nice fuzzy layer and you can just skip that. There's nothing negative about it, it's just kind of ugly. So I think I'm gonna open up some shrimp churros. Just use 2 of those. And then I'm gonna go with the medley bag. And I use these thingies right here. And we'll go with 3. Couple cones. More cones. Different kind of cone. It smells like tea. Then I do like these little thingies right here. They're like little pods. Throw that in. I think I'm gonna pass on the banana stems for now, just because they're a little on the larger side. And I'll just do some more of these cones. And I have to remember that the tank is pretty small, so I want to add enough to give it an element, but not take away from everything either. I guess I'll try 1 banana stem just because it's already open in here. Here's the banana. Oop. I didn't see that. And then there's this little curly mabob. So I'm just gonna let it boil, and then when the water is kind of the color I'm looking for, I'll turn it off, let it cool, and then we can add everything directly into the bottle. I've always wondered like what it tastes like, just because technically even tea or coffee is just like tannin juice, but I'm not sure if it's safe. I mean, like, if it's safe for the fish, I assume it'd be safe to drink, but I'm just not gonna try it. So I'm just gonna let these sit for however long and then we will get back to it. So I think I left for like a bit too long and it looks kind of like almost black now, but I'm assuming it'll like dilute out since it's gonna be like in a larger body of already clear water. And I don't know why I'm still talking and not turning it off, just because I don't know. Okay, so I guess we'll turn it off and let it cool off. So it's pretty dark. We can no longer see the bottom of the pan. I now know why that I didn't turn it off yet. It's because they're still floating. I'm assuming just like driftwood, if you boil it long enough, it should sink. So we're gonna let them do that and then turn it off. So the other few things sank, but there's still some that won't go down. So we're just waiting on those now. Okay, so it's been a while and it's still not sinking, so I think I'm just gonna stop it here. They'll probably have the chance to sink on their own because it's pretty much reduced and almost black. So I don't want it to get too dark to be able to see anything, or for like the plants to not get enough light either. So we're just gonna stop it here. I'm gonna let it cool down and then we will add it to the tank. So now that I got the tannins in, the tank is pretty much done. Unfortunately, I don't have a light for it yet, so I just kind of put one on as a backlight. I'm just gonna add a few drops of ammonia. I assume the aqua soil should have some ammonia, but I just want to make sure that has enough to cycle. So hopefully when I get the light in, it'll look a lot cooler than it does. So it's not looking so hot right now, but I will update on Instagram weekly just to see how it goes. I'm thinking of adding some sort of shrimp in here. It's about a gallon of water with all the stuff in there, so I don't know if I could put any fish in there, and I won't be able to fit a heater either, so it would need to be a very nano cold water species. So if you enjoyed the video or learned something new, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will get you guys a close-up of the video, and then that will be the end. So until next time, bye everyone.